the weekly feed. I'm Kyle Meredith, and next to me you probably know as Toro Y Moi. I'm guessing your mother calls you Chaz.
Yeah.
Chaz Bundick.
How's it going?
Welcome. It's good to have you around, man.
Thanks for having me.
New record is called What For? It is a fantastic record, and dare I say it, especially since you're here, that this is your best record ever.
Oh, wow, thanks.
It is. It's fantastic. It's so good. And I know you've done some great stuff in the past, and I've been a fan, but there is something so fun and cohesive about this.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, which I guess it's kind of funny, your past, because I feel like from what I read and from what I gather from a lot of the way you answer this question, it's kind of been a case of mistaken identity.
Something like that.
Yeah, because you start as a guitar guy. You're the Pixies
yeah.
fan, you're the Weezer's fan, you do that, and then suddenly you stumble upon this R&B thing, your version of it, which they dub chill wave. Yeah, and then you come back around and here you are.
Yeah, I appreciate all kinds of music. It's not like a, I don't know. I've been into a lot of stuff for a while. It's just a matter of time before I get to make a record or a song like that.
I guess it's like a thing, though. And there's an interview I want to talk about too. This Jeff McFetridge interview.
Cool.
I think it was going to be meta that we're going to talk about an interview within an interview.
Yeah.
But you talk about like there, and I agree with you. There is a generation comes up now where genre isn't a thing.
Right.
And like breaking genre isn't really. You don't break a genre because you know everybody's just shuffling from different sound to different sound. And here you are, and suddenly we expect you to kind of. You can't change.
Yeah, I mean, it's so fun to just do something you haven't done before. I think, especially now in music, you have to constantly change in order to make it interesting for you and for fans. But it's totally okay to be into hip hop and country even. It's like totally normal now.
I think that's what LL is promoting at this point.
Oh yeah. I don't know if that's the best example.
It's probably not the best example.
But maybe it is.
Yeah. Don't do that. You know, Dolly Parton tried to make a rap album once. That's true. Or some rap songs on it. It didn't work out so well.
Yeah.
Do you find it weird, though, that you have to answer kind of for that? Like, oh, you've done something different.
I mean, I don't feel like I'm doing anything that different. I'm just sort of trying just to have fun with it, really. Whether I'm doing like electronic stuff or you know, traditional songwriting type stuff. It's just like, how do I make something that I would want to hear, no matter the genre.
And you're doing it mostly yourself. I mean, Toro Y Moi, for the most part, is completely solo, right?
It's pretty much a solo act,
I mean, you're alone in a room with a computer and then the instruments, you know, if you're using those. Do you get to a point, do you have like a main collaborator, producer, engineer type that you eventually let in and say, what now?
No, you know, I sort of do everything myself, and then for this record, I let my front of house guy, Pat Jones, he mixed it for me, and I gave him my rough mixes. I told him like some like keynotes, and then I just sort of like let him go with it because like for me, especially now, I kind of want it to be for everyone, not just me, and I kind of wanted some input somewhere in the process, and so having him mix it was a nice compromise.
But this isn't like control over the songs where he's going, you know what the bridge really needs to be.
No, it was more just like compression, EQ, panning, the basic.
You're not ready for that part though.
I don't know if I would bring in someone to do that. Maybe, I don't know.
That's the duets record down the road. You get like a Broken Bells type of scenario, you know?
Right, I would love to do something like that. I don't know if I would want my face like involved or like on it.
Depends on how good the music is.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. But like I would like to collaborate with someone where I just did their whole album with them. And
then kind of be a secret project for you? You don't even promote it.
I don't even want to, you know, really have my name be on it. Just sort of be like a ghost producer or something. I think that'd be really fun.
We'll never be able to do that interview. I'll never know.
Yeah, you'll never know.
I'll never know. I guess the other great interesting part of you is you're a man with a backup plan, although I would say it's backwards. The other side of Chaz is a graphic designer.
Yeah.
As you said many times, you're a graphic designer first and music was a hobby.
Yeah.
It seems so backwards than most people, because most people, they're like, I'm going to be a graphic designer and I accidentally became a musician, but now I'm a musician for life.
Yeah.
And I almost get from you that you're ready at any point for this to crumble. And you're like, it's fine.
Yeah.
I got this other thing going on.
Well, you know, we've all seen like the different scenarios of like musicians' careers or whatever, and the ups and downs are, I feel like I've learned from a lot of other people's careers, their choices and stuff, and I've just sort of, I like to not treat music as a career. I'd much rather just think of it as a hobby. And I feel like if I can think that way, I can just trick myself into thinking that I can just keep doing this for fun and not think of it as a job. So I mean,
so far so good.
Yeah, it's working so far.
Yeah, every time you've gotten a little bit bigger, a little bit more successful, you know, whatever it is.
I think Steve Jobs calls that distorting your reality.
Is that it?
I think that's what it's called.
I hope you keep doing that.
Yeah, everyone should just distort your reality.
Everybody. I also think that's also called denial.
Yes. I'm not a musician. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have no clue what you're talking about. Do you get to a point, do you think that graphic design, as heavily as I guess you might think about that on a daily basis anyway, that really does direct your music?
To an extent. I feel like graphic design really does help me, I guess, curate my taste in a better way. Like, I feel like my taste is affected by graphic design, and my taste affects my musical choice. Like, I don't like a lot of contemporary music. I like mostly stuff from the 70s and 80s and even the 90s, but like, there's some connection there. I don't really know, but I do feel like the thing that connects them both is taste.
Right. What was the last band you were obsessed with?
Last band I was obsessed with?
Yeah, do you have those? Do you go through phases where it's like,
I just go through the whole discography?
Yeah, that's like, oh, like I know you're a bit of a Big Star fan.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when I first like gave into Big Star. Like, I think I'd heard El Gudo a few times, and then I heard Lie to Me.
Yeah.
And that was it. Like, you know, it was like that 3 weeks, that's all I listened to.
Yeah, that was probably the last one, and then I got into Chris Bell and all the solo projects, and then...
What a shame.
Yeah.
What a shame no one hears that. Like, that's... I mean, it's nice that it's a little secret, because then what you get is like Jeff Buckley's Hallelujah. Or, I'm sorry, Jeff Buckley's Grace, where everyone takes, you know, his cover and...
Right. I think I nerded out on Big Star a lot within the past year, and then there's a lot. Actually, I nerded out a lot on like electronic music, just because with house producers and whatever, like they just put out a bunch of singles.
Yeah. More
than just a single album, so you can really just dive in and just like find like 20 singles from one person. I guess that's essentially the same thing. Sure. Except it's not albums, but
you get a guy like Aphex Twin who just says, "Here's a new website with hundreds of songs. Enjoy."
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been into I really like to nerd out on like floating points.
Yeah.
He's really awesome. And,
so you're still finding it though. Like, what I'm getting to is, you know, you were saying, you know, you don't really get into contemporary artists, but it's not for a lack of love.
Right.
For music that's not your own, what you're making, you know, it's...
Yeah, I like to just find a good balance. I like to be aware of what's going on in contemporary music, but also just constantly digging for stuff that's already been released, just because there's so much stuff out there. Yeah. I feel like it's good stuff. I don't know.
And then you say, I like that. I want to do that kind of record.
Right.
Yeah, and that's how you go from the early stuff to What For?
Right.
You know, and then as soon as we get a grasp on you for that sound, you've moved on.
Yeah.
Have you thought about that yet? Do you know what your next move is?
Somewhat.
Yeah. Not ready to talk about it?
No.
No, it's all right.
Yeah.
Don't go over the secrets, because it might be a secret band, and then we wouldn't even know anyway.
Yeah.
And then you spend a lot of time outside.
Yeah.
Like long distance hiking.
That's an exaggeration.
Is that okay? So I caught that that was back in the McFetridge interview, and like, but that's what I said. So what is overnight hiking? You know, I mean, I get what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you hike and then you camp and then you hike.
Right.
It's not like you hike for the night or anything. No, I'm not that skilled of an outdoorsman, but I do enjoy being in nature just because it's a nice balance, or it's a nice balance. Especially with this kind of, you know, career to be like in a position where like your personality or you're sort of a caricature of yourself, and you just need some sort of outlet. So there's no better outlet than nature.
And you're in a good spot up there because it's what, San Francisco and that area?
Bay Area, yeah. There's
Big
lots
Sur.
of nature out there.
See, I've never been there. To Big Sur, when I hear Big Sur, of course, I think, you know, I went through a huge beat era.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
where it was I was going through all the books and everything.
Yeah,
so
the Herman Miller Library.
all of it. You
Yeah.
know, you've got was it City Lights? Is that City Lights and everything?
Not sure.
Yeah. Anyway, one of the great bookstores over there with the beat culture and everything.
Yeah.
It's like I could imagine you could kind of lose yourself.
Yeah, I mean it's great. It's kind of like, you know, what else is there?
Sure.
It's like you have nature and then you have all these physical things.
Yeah.
It's so simple.
It's probably better than waiting in the green room night after night after night.
Yeah, I actually do
Yeah.
like to go to parks instead of like just waiting around or something.
Right. Right. Yeah,
Like
you have
while
those
we're on
people.
tour.
You hear them like, oh, we go to the museums, or you know, we check out every barbecue spot and
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with checking out barbecue museums.
Yeah.
But yeah.
getting out there to the park and everything. Are you okay with the live show aspect though? I mean, with this being like, I guess it's just like reading an interview about Pete Townsend recently, where he's like, I don't even like the live show, and I've really never. I do it because it's a part of the job. It's a necessity.
I like the live show. That's my favorite part. There's parts of tour that's not always fun. Like there's, you know, the no sleep part,
Right.
or the, you know, just the traveling can be exhausting. But aside from that, that's the best part, is playing it and seeing people's reactions and traveling with your friends too. It's just like I know my band. I've known them since like I was 8. Some since I was in high school and college.
Right.
So they're not hired guns or anything. So we're all tight bros.
Yeah, just around for the fun.
Yeah.
Chaz, I want to say thank you. We'll wrap this up. What for? I swear, it's a perfect little record.
Thank you.
You've done well.
Yeah.
And keep
Appreciate
doing
it.
that.
Yeah.
All right. What for is out. It's the Weekly Feed.